Today marks President Trump's second first 100 days. In that time, he's announced a package of tariffs, bigger in scale than we've seen for 100 years, then largely unannounced them, but not before wiping trillions of dollars off global stock indices. And as of today, he successfully helped the Canadian Liberal Party secure a historic fourth term in office. Mark Carney winning the Canadian federal election is probably the clearest illustration yet of how much Trump has shaken up global politics in just the space of 3 months. The Canadian PM took over a party which was languishing more than 20% behind the opposition Conservatives, then centred his campaign around Trump and the US president's threats to make Canada the US's 51st state. He harnessed a strength of anti-American feeling that Canada hasn't really seen in its recent history, declaring in his victory speech that Trump is trying to break us so he can own us. It's a significant moment, and the first big electoral rebuke of Trump's style of leadership. When Trump was sworn in as president for the second time in January, he did so in the Capitol flanked with loyalists, big tech executives, and some forlorn-looking defeated Democrats. He promised a more urgent, muscular, and radical kind of government, and he immediately set about putting an end to government diversity, equity, and inclusion schemes. Then, within days, Elon Musk had appeared on stage wielding a chainsaw, promising trillions of dollars in cuts to federal government spending with his new Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. But really the most major cuts that have been made so far have been to the global stock market. 2 months later, as Trump readied his Liberation Day package of global tariffs. Markets had been braced for 10 to 20% tariffs, but what Trump ended up unleashing was a menu that went as high as the 40s, 50s, and 60s for countries Trump claimed had been freeloading off the US. The market backlash was so sudden and so severe that even Trump had to go about a partial climb down, instituting a global 10% tariff, of course with the exception of China. What this showed was that even for a president who seemed to be at the very height of his powers, you cannot fight the markets. Trump swept to power in November in one of the all-time political comebacks. He came into office at the height of his powers and has so far governed with a level of muscularity that would make some medieval kings jealous. The question now, however, with more than 3.5 years left of his term, is how much further will he go? For everything you need to know about this story as it develops, head to cityam.com.